I don't care if you're a Grandmaster, a Rep 1000, or just another edge-walking Virtuosa abuser. I am the sweatiest, most toxic player on Xbox, and I made it my mission to ruin every single one of you. And today, I'm going to be exposing every weakness she has so we can bully this hero out of your lobbies together. What's going to YouTube, man? It's your boy, TheTrueRawGaming. I don't wrap it up for you, man. I don't sugar it for you. I'm going to get this shit to you raw. Class is now in session. Starting off with the most important part that I know all of you guys are waiting for is the 4v4s, because you should believe that she's broken if you have not seen it by now. She's broken in 4s. But moving on, we're going to explain what you guys should be doing. And for this strategy, we'll be maximizing revenge gain. Yes, maximizing revenge gain. There are different things and different ways to make this target give you revenge, and that is what we want to focus on. So before we get into it, the strengths of the hero are defensive based. The hero requires you to do the attacking and you to make the reads, you to be the aggressor in the situation. And in this strategy, we'll be reversing that, where this hero would have to actually do everything. First things first, we need to have her out of her stance to have her as an aggressor. Now, how do we do this? First, we need to lock on to her as the primary target, dodge away, swap onto the other target, and then dodge away in a different direction. What this does is it alternates the different directions of dodges, and it allows only one target to be able to get their hands on you. When the person you are not locked onto, they are not able to grab you in any other such way. Only way they're able to grab you is through an undodgeable attack. If that person does not have an undodgeable attack from neutral, 9 times out of 10, they will never be able to touch you. And what this does is it forces the Virtuosa to have to come out of stance to come closer to become a threat. If the character is no longer a threat, there's no point of them being there in the first place. So once you perfected how to actually get the spacing and keep the spacing and make the hero come out of stance, most of the time they're just gonna go fuck off. I mean, there really isn't anything they can do, and they can't do their toxic gameplay against you, and it's just gonna piss them off, and they're gonna try to go fuck off like he's doing. They're probably gonna go to Reddit and complain about how the hero is needing a buff so they can move while in stance. No, but in all seriousness though, they really should most of the time just go fuck off, and then you can kind of do whatever you want to after that. But for those that are very stubborn, for those who are just plain stupid and actually will stand there and go toe to toe and still try to swing, there are ways to make them give you revenge. There are ways for them to actually make a mistake. And this whole next portion, I would hope all players who play For Honor know how to do, but if not, I'm going to show you how to do it anyway. And this could be used with any hero. Now, this next thing is going to be a little bit more complicated, but I'm going to break it down the easiest way on how exactly I use it. So this is going to require you to read externally on Virtuosa. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into this anti-gank. You're going to look at the other opponent, not the Virtuosa. What you're going to do is you're going to external the Virtuosa, but while you're externaling her, you're going to be observing her for 4 seconds. If she does not throw any attack within 4 seconds, we can assume that she's just going to take a stalking presence. If she's going to take a stalking presence by just standing there, looking to peel, looking to be a butt buddy to her teammate, that is when we're going to take advantage of it. We're going to stop what we're doing. We're going to automatically lock on to Virtuosa, and then we're going to get a guard break. And then from there, our options open up. Now, this next part is going to really depending on who you're playing, what your situation is, who you're actually going against in this situation. So for me, I'm using Shinobi 99% of the time. If I get a guard break on Virtuosa, I'm throwing a zone. Why I'm throwing a zone? It's not going to maximize damage, but what it does is I'm able to land damage on the Virtuosa, and then the other opponent who attempts to peel, which means pretty much just saving their teammate from damage, if they attempt to do anything other than stand there and block, they will be hit with some kind of damage. And because I'm playing Shinobi, I get to chain off of that, go into a backflip, go into a dodge and get more spacing, go into a chain, go into an unblockable, go into an undodgeable. I can swap out of it. I can feign into I can have a lot of options when it comes to Shinobi. Now, when you're with certain heroes like Raider, your zone might be a little bit slower. So you have another option if you have heroes like that who don't have the greatest zone. What you can do is you could fake your heavy into nothing. Fake it into neutral. What this does is the other opponent, if they're having a decent brain or at least somewhat of a teammate, they're going to try to save their teammate from being hit with a massive heavy from Raider or Shigoki or whoever you're playing. What they're going to try to do is they're going to try to swing, they're going to try to bash, they're going to try to light you out, they're going to try to throw a feed at you, they're going to try to do anything. And what this does is this is going to start building tags, because now people are actually engaging, they're actually attacking, they're actually trying to do something. And now you can flip the script on the other person. because now if you are able to get a guard break on the other opponent and not the Virtuosa players, they can't fucking help themselves. They have to push a fucking button. God forbid they just stand there. They will push a button, I'm telling you. They're gonna give you revenge. Just wait on it. Just wait on it, I'm telling you. Now, the other two methods are kind of more toward inexperienced players, but all Virtuosas are really not that good in the first place. I think that's pretty evident. So another one you can do is the empty bash into a Virtuosa to incentivize them to actually release and press a button. The whole point of this is you want them to be already conditioned from being hit from this bash or hit from this dodge forward attack, and then for them to actually push a button to interrupt or to get out of the way of it, not realizing that they're in the stance they didn't have to push anything in the first place. Because of the threat of guard break is already in their head in the first place, plus them wanting to push buttons, it's going to cause somebody to make a mistake. That's the whole point of it. You want them to make this mistake because they can't help themselves by pushing buttons. We all know Virtuosas love pressing fucking buttons, especially when it comes to that stance. The other one is just feigning at them. Feint heavies, you can do double feint, triple feint, and they're going to think a light is coming, and they're going to preemptively hit the button thinking that an attack came, and it really didn't come. They just pressed a button for no reason. Now you're getting a free light parry if you can react to it. That's how that works. So those two will be more prioritized for people who are clearly not that good with the hero, but it is still a toolkit for your toolbox. Lastly, we have the 1v1s, but I think at this point everybody has figured out how to deal with her in 1v1, so this will be quick. She has no enhanced lights, so any light attack coming out of her from neutral, it's over once you block it. So as long as you have an active guard and you're consistently moving your stick around from different guard directions, your fingers are already ready to be in position once the attack comes out, you shouldn't have to worry about light spamming. The openers, as far as the bash game, is not really that strong compared to other heroes. We've all have seen the other meta heroes. They're just a lot better when it comes to bashes. So these bashes generally shouldn't be anything to worry about. So as long as you can dodge the occasional bash and just really never get hit with lights from neutral, you should be fine, and 90% of the fight is over as long as you just got decent skill. If this helped you shut down one Virtuosa today, imagine who I'm going to show you next. So don't be dumb. Hit that sub button, because I'm not stopping until every hero in this game gets exposed. I'll wrap it up for you, man. I'll just it for you. I'm going to get that shit to you raw. Class is dismissed.